I'm at Dirty Clean, at your service, and this is folk rap a cappella.
Okay, but
I'm dirty, but I'm so clean, cause I know I'm dirty, and I'm tripping, and on up, and on this here little...
What the fuck?
Welcome to another episode of The Most Retarded Individuals to Ever Live.
Go the fuck home.
Why you shut the fuck up?
The fuck you gonna do about it?
They are so stupid that they don't know they are stupid.
We don't want to be like men. They rape women. They diddle little kids.
There is a huge possibility that they are insane, but haven't been diagnosed yet. These individuals show signs of mental illness, and that's pretty obvious. The video will explain itself.
Get enough footage today, you think?
I'm still getting footage.
For what?
For my video, for my YouTube. Is there an issue with me filming here?
It's a consent thing. You're just doing it for your own good, not for any purpose.
I do it for my channel, and I mean, if anyone really has an issue with me filming out here, there's nothing I can do about that. From a legal standpoint, there's nothing I can do about that.
You can just be a decent human being.
A decent human being. Well, I do have the right out here to film. I do have the right to film.
You have a right to be a cunt. It doesn't mean you have to.
How am I being a cunt by filming exactly?
Do you understand what this is about? Are you just filming nudity?
Well, exactly. What does this do?
Do you understand what consent is?
Consent for what?
For a person's body. For a person's
You
life.
have no expectation of privacy in public.
No, not at all. But do you understand what consent is?
One of those officers over there to tell you that.
But do you understand what consent is?
Consent for what? These people are out here in a public park. They do not need. I do not need a consent.
But do you understand what it means?
Yeah, I know what it means. I know what consent means.
What's it mean?
That I need permission.
No.
Need your permission to do something.
No, it means that somebody is willing to be part of your action. You filming all these people who are out here talking about consent for your bullshit YouTube channel is not consent.
That's not my problem.
No, your problem is you, not the filming. Your problem is you.
The problem is me.
Because you're trying to get hits off of these people that are here with a message.
What's the message?
You don't understand.
What's the message?
That's exactly my point. You don't even know why we're here.
No, I see signs that no. Let me tell you what I see. I see sign that says end rape culture. Now, knowing my experience here in America, that there is none here.
There's no rape culture in America?
I don't think there is. I think that rapists here get prosecuted. Their lives are completely destroyed by the media, by the public, by the law enforcement community.
We don't have rape culture in America.
No, not at all.
Who told you that?
This gentleman.
Me, actually.
We don't have rape culture. Okay. We have, people like this, trying to get YouTube hits. Has no idea what this is about.
Oh, okay. Right on.
If you're watching his YouTube channel, turn it off. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
We don't have rape culture in America.
No, not at all. I do know the laws, and I know.
You should know that you have no expectation of privacy in public. That includes public parks.
You have permission to take pictures of people without their permission. What makes you think that that's
Given
okay?
that this is in full view of the public.
Would you take a
Are you
picture
gonna
of
go
me
ask
just
some
on the
guy
street?
who's in that building all the way over there if they got consent to take pictures? No. You know why? Because in full view of the public, I do not need their consent.
Would you take a picture of me without my consent?
Yeah. Boom.
You should delete that picture.
I'm not going to delete nothing. And what the fuck are you going to do if I don't? Do something about it. Exactly. Cut your bullshit and get out my face. If you got an issue, get a cop.
You can take a picture
Get a
of
fucking
me
cop if you got an issue with me.
Do not take a picture of these people.
What? Public park, honey. If you don't want to get your picture taken, go the fuck home.
Why you shut the fuck up?
The fuck you gonna do about it? Fuck up, dude.
Take a swing.
Dude, hold the fuck up. No. I'm not gonna fucking hit him. Hold up. But what the fuck are you three gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Is there an
what
issue?
the fuck are you gonna do?
Is there an issue?
What the fuck are you gonna
Are you
do,
bodying
huh?
up on me?
Huh? What are you gonna do?
Are you
This is a
bodying up on
public
me?
park.
Are you
It's
bodying
a
up on me?
public park.
Are you bodying up on
If
me?
you do not want your picture taken, go the fuck home.
Guys, can you do...
Go the fuck home.
Let's walk away right now.
Go the fuck home.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're not. Let's turn around. Everybody said their stuff. We all know how we feel. It looks better if we just disengage. You're right. We all know you're right. It's fine. Let's walk over here.
Come on, guys.
Hi, haters.
You've given a number of very valid examples of the ways in which the non-Western world has practices that we wouldn't condone as Americans. Female infanticide, dowry killings, female genital mutilation. Your example just now of women in Egypt being raped and that law. I would make the suggestion that here you have, on some level, denied the existence of feminist movements in those parts of the world that are working against that, feminist movements that you might identify as leftist movements here in this country. I think you've done the same thing in denying the women of this country agency when you list the great things of America. All the examples you gave of were of men. You addressed Jean Kirkpatrick as a lady, not as a woman.
What's wrong with that? She's a lady.
You use the term, you always use the term men instead of men and women. And in addition, of the two women who've spoken before me, you interrupted one of them, interrupted me, and interrupted the person of color who has spoken. I will not accept the disrespect from you. I sat here through your talk quietly. I took notes.
Let's hear your question. I mean, you're the one.
My question is, what is your response to these observations I'm making as a feminist in the United States who is in solidarity with the feminists working against female infanticide, working against dowry killings, and working to identify their own cultural customs which they disagree with?
Look, this is the bottom line. American feminists, if you talk to them, if you go to a women's studies course, if you sit in on a NOW meeting, the problems that they will confront women in the world include things like lack of sports teams for girls in high school or not enough tax dollars going to abortion. These are the ridiculous issues that feminists in this country are monomaniacally obsessed with. There are real problems facing women in the world. It's too bad American feminists ignore that, and they focus obsessively on problems that are basically non-problems. It's a joke. And so my reaction to it is I'd love to hear some feminists talking about these things rather than the fact that they're not getting, third trimester abortions paid for by the government, because that's what feminists care about in this country. If they really cared about women, they would be talking about things like female genital mutilation, dowry killings, and that sort of thing. They focus their energies almost entirely on America and the West, and we know that America and the West provide women with a better way of life than anywhere else in the world, and yet these people label America the patriarchy and all this sort of nonsense. So I don't think that your view of feminism conforms with reality.
Why you all in my ear talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear? Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that.
New study out today that says women become unhappy as they get older. Well, the flip side, men get happier as life goes on. Now, the researchers, a couple of economists, by the way, they say it happens when we each turn 48. And of the major factors coming down, it's all about money. Now, what's that all about? We're going to debate it. Mark Rudolph is a no-nonsense man, and Tracy Burns, our Fox Business reporter, joins me to tell us what's really going on. Tracy, is this true?
Come on.
I mean, come on.
All right, first of all.
Don't get me started.
I know you've missed me, Mark. First of all, this study was conducted by mostly men. And when men conduct anything, they talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of their wallet, toys, dare I say. So, you put all your toys together in a parking lot and it makes you happy. If they were to ask other questions in this study about spirituality, about the other aspects of our lives, that women would have taken over. I mean, first of all, a woman hits her sexual prime at 35. Things get much better for us.
Hey, I'm 35. This is good for me. All right, Mark, all right, go nuts, because I know you're going to go nuts.
Well, first of all, you're presuming that unhappiness in women begins in middle age. I'd say it starts when she's a little girl, when she's taught that happiness derives from shoes, jewelry, boob jobs, and pedestals. And what's interesting, oh, come on, Alexis, and then you have boys who are taught that they're supposed to make girls happy. I was on the radio 2 weeks ago in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the host related a story. He overheard his son and daughter talking. So brother goes to sister and says, "How come you always have money and I don't?" And she says, "That's simple. I have a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend." The fact of the matter is, boys are taught that they're supposed to make women happy.
No, he's actually living in the dark ages.
There's that.
I'm not living in the dark ages. This is reality. And if either of you women has ever dated women, you would know what I'm talking about. But you pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, Mark,
so what's happening in middle age? What's happening in middle age here is that women who bring 70% of divorces are divorcing the men that they never wanted to marry to begin with, and so now that's what's making the men happy.
That's interesting because we control the household spending, don't we? Because we're working more than ever.
Well, I just think this whole notion of basing your happiness on material goods is part of the problem, hence part of the reason that this thing was run by men in the first place. If there were women on the panel,
Tracy.
If there were women on the panel, they would, I mean, ask any woman if she would choose her car over her children, and she'd take the kids any day, whereas I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't believe what I just heard you say.
There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men, and that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
Get back in the kitchen.
Welcome to my channel. I'm Kennedy, and today I want to talk about feminism. I'm a feminist. I'm a huge feminist. Some people might call me radical. Fine, I'm radical. The first thing I want to address is this concept of being equal to men. Some people see that as, well, we want equal opportunity that men have. We want to be respected. As men are respected, we want the world to cater to women like it has been catering to men this whole time. We want to be equal to men. We want to be like men. I don't want to be like men. That's not what feminism is about. We don't want to be like men because men kill each other, they start wars, they rape women, they diddle little kids. Why would we want to aspire to be anything like men? Feminism is about being better than men. Men have fucked it up. They've fucked up everything. We don't have to say, oh, we just want to be equal to men. That's stupid. We don't want to be equal to men. We want to be better than men. I want to be better than men. I don't want to be the average douchebag that walks around jacking to porn. That's stupid. Nobody wants that. We shouldn't aspire to be anything like men at all. Toxic masculinity is disgusting. Machismo is disgusting. That's all disgusting. And that's the kind of feminist I am. I think women are better than men. Now, I'm not saying all men are bad. All men can't be better than the current state of what masculinity is. I'm just saying they're few and far between. And if they're not part of the solution, if they're not feminist allies, then they're part of the problem. Let's not aspire to be anything like men. That's not what feminism is about. And if that's your concept of feminism, you need to read a little bit more and educate yourself. Feminism is about raising women up so that we can fix these issues that we deal with, so that our children don't have to be treated like shit, taken advantage of, hurt, sold into slavery. Peace out. If you hate this idea of feminism as much as I do, hit subscribe. If you got beef with me, comment. I love it. If you hate everything I just said, if you hate feminists, get on my channel. Hate on me. Mwah.
So you guys are white boys. So I'm at Dirty Clean, at your service, and this is folk rap a cappella.
Okay, but the
I'm
question...
dirty, but I'm so clean, cause I know I'm dirty, and I'm tripping and on up and on this here little scene to see, seeing if I'm worthy to be spitting my, I'm talking Bernie Sanders, mother flippy flap, that I saw the whole thing, and if you in the whole shebang, then off the tippy top proves me true, and if you dumb, then you try not to be with the light too, and if you are flippy-flappy capitalist, voting for Trump or Hillary is my enemy list.
Okay, thank you very much.
you guys know me because I'm always trying to fight against racism and uplift my black people. But with so many ignorant people in this world, it gets pretty stressful. Like, I'm stressed as hell. And on top of that, black people are being killed by cops at disproportionate rates and nobody cares. So I decided that it's easier for me just to give up. So I'm officially Caucasian, yeah. I decided that the white way is the right way. And it's not just about changing my physical appearance. Like, I've adopted the Caucasian lifestyle, let me tell you. I'm committed to this. Like, I no longer season my chicken, and I've even taught myself how to dance off beat. I'm Caucasian, and I'm better. Like, I must admit, being Caucasian comes with some great perks and great privileges. Like, all my interactions with cops have been pretty friendly for the most part. And when I get pulled over, I can rest assured that I'm not racially targeted or racially profiled because I'm Caucasian. Like, I can argue back, I can yell, I can threaten to write a letter. Where's your badge number? They squirm. Dab. So I recently got into a fight with this black guy, you know, this little low-class Negro, you know. So the cops were called, and even though I started the fight, being the Caucasian man that I am, when they arrived, they gave me the benefit of the doubt. And the black guy was arrested and beaten on the spot. And I walked away carefree, basking in my white privilege. As a Caucasian male, I can scream things like, get over slavery, get over Jim Crow, get over the redlining of districts, even though it affects black people till today. Get over it! You know, back when I was a Negro, you know, my natural hair, the way it grows out of my scalp was always considered unprofessional and unpresentable, you know? But now that I got this Caucasian roots, like, there's so many benefits. People they just love it, you know? I can go anywhere, my hairstyle is accepted, I'm seen as professional no matter how I wear my hair. I got the roots, it just flows. I wrote a song, guys. What I want is to be a Caucasian. What I need is to be a Caucasian. And all I'm asking is for white privileges, just a little bit. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna give you too much. It's available on iTunes. Download it now. As a Caucasian, I'm privileged not to be affected by systematic racism. In fact, I can act like I'm colorblind and act like it doesn't exist. Racism, where? No, I'm saying, where is it? No, I don't, no, it doesn't exist. No, wait, where is it? No. I don't see it, no. And when I'm done with this video, I'm gonna get my hair, put in some cornrows, and appropriate some black culture. Because when I was black and I had cornrows, people thought I was a thug and thought I was ghetto. But now that I'm white with cornrows, people think that I'm stylish and edgy. Yes, it's a new trend, and I created it. Yeah, I did it. I created the cornrows. It's my new trend. It's edgy.
I am beautiful, cause I'm a Caucasian. I am immaculate, cause I'm a Caucasian. Yeah!
Madam, I'm grateful to you for coming, but to be quite honest with you, fuck your feelings.
I am the one, your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Under the sun, the bastard son will fuck the clock to feed himself and family.
Whoa, this guy has like a plan hat on. Oh, he's saluting to him.
Joining me to discuss this, we have from New York the author and political commentator Jeffrey Robinson, and from our central London studio we've got Lauren Southern.
Could you be the most beautiful girl in the world?
A commentator at Rebel Media. That's a conservative online magazine. Good afternoon to you both.
Let me tell you about Ms. Southern. I love it that she comes to my country and preaches no gun laws when Miss Southern is a Canadian where they have very, very strict gun laws and where the gun laws work. We in the United States have 50,000 gun deaths a year. Miss Southern in Canada has fewer than 310. So, Miss Southern, here's my advice to you. Go back to Canada, get the gun laws changed there and obliterated, and then come back on Sky and let us know how well that worked out for you.
Let's let Lauren Southern have a chance to respond to that. That's quite an accusation, Jeffrey.
Oh, I would love for the gun laws to change in Canada. If I were an individual that were in America in a mass shooting, the first thing I would think is, I wish I had a gun on me. I wish I were able to defend myself. The gun is an equalizer. As an individual, if I were attacked, I would have many men who attacked me I couldn't outpower. I would want a gun on me to defend myself from rape, from being murdered. If I was in a mass shooting, I would be a sitting duck. As much as you can love and trust the government, they still have to make that call. They still have a time to get there. And if there were someone with a gun in the Orlando shooting or the Paris shooting, any of these places, these mass deaths could have been stopped. Even the Eagles of Death, the concert that was playing in Paris, the singers said that I wish there was someone in there with a gun so that this could have been stopped. I will try to change the laws in Canada, and I wish I were in the States right now, and maybe I'll go there someday so that I can have the right to defend myself from both people who want to attack me, do me harm, and from a tyrannical government.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Under the sun, the bastard son will pop the clock to feed himself.
And wait a minute. No. You can't ask me a question.
Because you can't answer the question.
Oh, you can't ask me a question, honey. I can't answer, so don't even try.
What attracted the father of the Orlando terrorist to your candidate?
He's a mentally ill individual
who
ran
that's what
for
attracted
president.
him. I get it.
Pardon me?
What attracted him to your candidate? And your answer was he's mentally ill.
His answer that...
Got him!
Stop smiling and smirking like it's a funny thing.
Got him!
Joining me now with reaction, Ben Shapiro, editor-in-chief at DailyWire.com and editor-at-large for Breitbart News, and Nomiki Konst, founder and executive director of the Accountability Project. Call the cops on this campus if someone hurts your feelings? If someone hurts your feelings? And that woman at Yale yelling at the professor for saying, I think Halloween costumes should be allowed and we shouldn't be censoring them. How do you sleep at night? I'm going to leave. Good, go. I mean, I look at that. You tell me, Nomiki, because you're going to defend these people. I look at that and say, I can't wait for my kids to get out there in the world against these people. I can't wait. They're going to kick some... That's my reaction. Am I wrong?
Well, okay, to be fair, these are not administration, these are students. These are 20-year-olds who are reacting, and it's a very racially charged environment. You know, words matter. And so when that letter was sent on behalf of an administration official, somebody who's supposed to represent the students, to create, you look at the documents that Yale sends out, the application documents, and it's all about having an inclusive community.
This guy was defending Halloween.
Well, he wasn't defending Halloween. He was defending being offensive to a community of people that are being marginalized. I mean, 7% of the Yale...
He was saying if you want to go as Tatiana, the frog princess, you should be allowed to.
No. He was acknowledging that someone who shows up in blackface, it's okay, it's a joke.
And you think that should be banned? You should, Halloween, that should be banned. And what if you want a guy who wants to dress like a girl? Should he be banned?
Listen, there are the stereotypes. There's plenty of stereotypes that we have changed over time. Things that would now be totally unacceptable. We had this debate about things
gender expression would be offensive if you want. So a guy dressed up as a female nurse.
That's not for white people to determine. That's not. These things are not for the people who are doing it to determine. It is for those who feel hurt. If you feel hurt,
that's fantastic. I hope you have young kids like just exactly my kid's age. Ben, you take it. I understand the offense. I understand you go to the race place and all that, what happened to swastika. But you can't wear the Halloween costume you want unless no one finds it offensive.
Well, now the selectively offended get to run the rest of the country. I mean, this is what we are creating. We are creating a society of panty-waist fascists. What we are creating is a group of people who are oversensitive to everything and then are willing to call the cops as soon as they are offended. It's actually incredible, and it's a violation of the First Amendment, which you saw with a professor from the Mass Communications Department at Missouri telling reporters that they have no right to be there, and at Yale you have students shouting people down. If this is the climate that we're supposed to create, if this is supposed to create openness and tolerance on the campus, I'm missing the openness and tolerance in let's call the police if I'm mildly offended because my feelings have been hurt. I mean, this is creating a country of crazy people. How can you watch this and not go crazy and think that everyone who's involved in it is crazy in the first place?
How about that woman from the communications department, Nomiki?
Listen.
Shutting down the student reporters from filming the protests she was promoting. Guess how you promote them? Put them on
exactly.
TV.
I do agree with that, and I think that Josh Earnest has said the same thing. Ben, I read your article today, and I was shocked by the language you used. You were saying that it's time for the right
call the police
to
right now.
fight. Yeah. No, but you read his column.
Evidence. All this is screaming and feelings. How about like a shred of evidence?
You little dumbass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
Get back in the